share my screen with everybody. And let's try this again. Okay, so hopefully you guys can all see those slides there. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to be referencing some notes that I have here. So I hope if you see me looking to the side, I just want to make sure that I cover everything in good detail for you guys here tonight. So I'm so excited to have you all here with me tonight. I'm really passionate about this topic. We're talking about the immune system and how we can support our immune system and our overall health. And this is a topic, I don't know about you guys, but this is a topic that is really top of mind right now for most of us. It is something that we should be thinking about year round. But certainly right now, it's of primary priority, I think, for most people. And our immune system is really one of the most critical systems in our bodies. So today, during our time together, I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 key areas to focus on to boost immunity and some of the secret weapons that I use in my family to ward off environmental threats, and as well as some natural solutions that help to bring relief when we do get sick around here. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Carolyn White. I am a holistic health coach and a doTERRA wellness advocate. I'm also a wife and a mom of 2 girls. And simply put, I spend my days coaching other people how to eat well, how to move well, and how to make lifestyle choices that really best support your best health. And you should know that what I recommend to others is approaches and habits that I also take with my own family. I'm not a doctor, but I am a culinary nutrition expert. I'm a certified personal trainer, and I'm an essential oils teacher. And I use these natural methods to prevent illness for my family and also to support our bodies to heal when we do get sick. And I've had a lot of success using these approaches. And I'm really thankful that we have the ability here in North America to use both Western medicine as well as natural medicine, and we can make that choice. And most of the time, my approach is to start with natural options and best support the body that way, and then kind of take it from there. Depending on the situation and what the body needs. So we're going to be talking tonight about a number of things that we can do to support the immune system. But one of the changes that's had the most profound impact to us here in our home is incorporating essential oils into our daily routine. So we use essential oils in our home for everything from headaches to tummy upset, to help us manage emotions, and also to clean our home naturally. I know many of you on this call are already doTERRA customers of mine, so you've heard about essential oils. Carl, have you heard of essential oils? Do you use essential oils currently?
I've heard of them. I don't use any.
Okay, so this is going to be a really great opportunity for you to learn a little bit more. I'm not sure how much you know about them, but you're going to learn a lot tonight. And the other question I wanted to ask the group is, I know that many of you will definitely be using essential oils for those of you that do, using them in your diffuser. To make your room smell better and maybe to help change your mood and emotions. But I wanted to know how many of you are currently using them to actually help to support your physical health. So, maybe in other ways beyond just the diffuser. Show of hands. I guess we'll do show of hands if you've ventured into that. Yeah, a couple of people have ventured into that space. I know many of you are new to using essential oils. So one thing that you will realize is that essential oils can be a very powerful partner in our healthcare. They are 100% natural and they're safe with no side effects or addictions, and they have been used for hundreds of years in homeopathy. Basically, they're extracts from plants, and they are 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. And most people that I meet who have used essential oils before focused mostly on using the oils to make their home smell good, maybe as a replacement for an air freshener, which is thumbs up. Like, that's good. I will tell you that that's a wonderful starting point, because there's a lot of nasty chemicals in a lot of those synthetic air fresheners and scented candles. So that's always a really good start. But there's so many other amazing uses beyond that. And especially when you're using a high quality therapeutic brand. So in our home, we specifically use the doTERRA brand of essential oils. And the reason is because amongst a sea of adulterated oils, doTERRA really is simply the purest, most potent essential oils that you will buy. Every single batch of oil is subjected to 53 different quality tests to confirm their purity and their potency. So these are medicinal grade essential oils. They're safe, they work, and oftentimes they work with just 1 or 2 drops. So we use them aromatically, we use them topically and internally, and I'm super excited to talk to you today about how we can use them to boost the immune system. So let's dive into that piece. Let's talk about what the immune system does. So the immune system, most of us might know, it's our body's defense system, plainly stated. It's designed to protect us against invaders, foreign materials from outside the body, things like bacteria, viruses, and fungi. And when it's functioning normally, the immune system is able to identify, target, and destroy these threats. And usually, we don't even experience any symptoms, right? It's like the unsung hero that's kind of working on our behalf, like that guy with the shield, right? Standing there protecting us from all of these nasty things that can make us sick. It's got an incredible ability to improve its capacity to protect us by acquiring a memory of threats that have already been introduced to the body. That's why, if, as a kid, remember, like, I don't know about you, but my mom always used to like try to put me with a friend who had chicken pox because she wanted me to get chicken pox. So I would just like get it over with. I think sometimes that was the old school way, right? Don't be afraid of getting sick, because what it's doing is building your body's immunity to that illness, right? So in this way, the immune system is always increasing its ability to respond to environmental threats. Now, it uses a diverse number of organs throughout the body to do its job. Things like organs like the tonsils and the adenoids, our lymph nodes, the thymus, our spleen, bone marrow. All of these organs support or produce the essential cell of the immune system, which most of us know as the white blood cell. And these different types of white blood cells, they roam around the body, they make protection against threats possible. And the immune system really is one of the most critical systems in the body. Without a healthy immune system, we really can't expect to enjoy long-term health, right? Or whole body wellness. And our immune systems are literally like working around the clock to keep us healthy. But there are certain times of the year where the threat of illness is greater than others, right? Right now, during this pandemic, illness is a big concern. And basically from now right through February in a normal year, is considered cold and flu season, right? So our bodies are under a little bit more of an attack. And at its core, promoting a healthy immune system is pretty simple. It's not rocket science, right? It does require us, though, to be more conscientious of certain lifestyle choices. And so in fostering a healthy immune system, we do need to look at 5 key pillars of health: proper nutrition, exercise, getting adequate sleep, managing our stress, and also protecting against environmental threats. These are all things that are going to play a role in how we respond to illness. And this brings us kind of to a critical point, which is, in order to best promote a healthy immune system, it's important for us to be living a healthy lifestyle. So I'm going to be sharing with you some tips over the next 50 minutes or so, and they're going to help you strengthen your immune system. But if you neglect any major area of these, of a healthy lifestyle, it's likely going to hinder your efforts to achieve optimal immune health. So for instance, if you improve your diet, but you don't learn effective ways to manage stress, it's likely that you're going to find it difficult to achieve optimal immune health. And so we're going to start with nutrition. I like to start here because I really believe that it's a fundamental kind of foundation, really, for overall health. Every single function of the body benefits from proper nutrient intake. And our dietary choices can have an enormous impact on the immune system. Essential nutrients, including carbs, fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals, they all give the body the energy and the materials that it needs to carry out its cellular functions and to continue to produce key cells in the body. And the immune system is no exception to this rule. Generally, most of us know that a diet rich in whole foods like vegetables, fruits, quality proteins, nuts, seeds, legumes, gluten-free, whole grains, those are all going to help sustain a healthy immune system. Now, one of the things that I like to touch on during this webinar is the impact of sugar consumption. So this is a really big one. Maintaining a diet that's low in sugar, particularly added refined sugar, is one of today's biggest struggles. And that's because, sugar literally is in everything. And refined sugar bankrupts our bodies. It suppresses our immune system's ability to fight bacteria by as much as 50% for hours after we've consumed it, which just makes us more susceptible to catching somebody else's germs. It's no surprise that, Halloween comes along in October and then all of our kids start getting sick, into the month of November, right? So in Canada, the average girl between the ages of 9 to 13 consumes roughly about 129 grams or 32 teaspoons of sugar a day, which is like a crazy, crazy number. The AHA guidelines for kids in that age group is only about 4 teaspoons of sugar a day. So, and for adults, the guidelines are 6 teaspoons. The average adult consumes about 18 teaspoons of sugar in a day. And then, you kind of layer on stressful situations like the one that we're in right now. And most of us might have more sugary foods in our home. So sugar is very addictive and it's often hard to resist. So I always say, if this is an issue for you and something that you want to address, I recommend, just getting rid of it and not having it, there, because willpower, doesn't work. So a good rule of thumb is just to focus on eating foods that are as close to their growing state as possible. This is, we want to sort of minimize packaged processed foods. I always say that, if you sit down to a bag of M&Ms, some people could eat the whole bag of M&Ms, but if you give your kids a bag of apples, or you sit down to a bag of apples, you're probably only going to just eat one, right? A lot of the things that we put in front of our hands are empty calories, and they actually are designed to feed on an addiction and make us want more. So there are certain foods that do a better job at supporting our immune system. And generally, these foods are going to be ones that offer antimicrobial and antibacterial, antiviral, anti-inflammatory properties. So in this chart, by the way, you guys, you are welcome to take a snapshot of these slides as we go through if you want for memory. So onions and garlic, great anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antibacterial properties there. Turmeric is also highly anti-inflammatory, and it helps modulate the body's immune system. Coconut oil is another really good one, antibacterial, antimicrobial. There, we also want to focus on foods that support the digestive system. So berries, they're a great source of anti-inflammatories, and the fiber in berries supports our digestive health and our body's microbiome. Greens contain a lot of fiber, so they're also very rich in vitamins and minerals. And so that's going to help for energy as well as the body's nervous system. Bone broth is another really amazing item that is super easy to make. And you can find a whole bunch of different bone broth recipes online. I like using a slow cooker and just having that bone broth kind of slow cook in your slow cooker all day long, and then have that around to sip on throughout your week. It's chock full of minerals and amino acids to help nourish the gut and encourage sort of anti-inflammation as well. And then, of course, we have our citrus fruits that offer a huge amount of vitamin C for immune defense. They also protect us against infections and pathogens. And all of the antioxidant foods. So ginger is hugely antioxidant and high in anti-inflammatories. If you don't have fresh ginger around, you can always substitute doTERRA's essential oil, ginger essential oil. The wild-caught salmon and wild-caught fish is also very high in anti-inflammatory omega-3s as well. So all of these things, these are sort of, I guess, foods that, superfoods, super immune boosting foods that you might want to add in. Many of these things, I mean, our grandparents and our mothers knew long before infographics like this were available on the web, right? So hopefully you've been able to take a picture of that. So I don't think I'm telling you, maybe other than that slide on immune boosting foods, I'm not sure that I'm telling you anything that you don't already know as it relates to nutrition, right? Most of us know that eating sensibly is super important to our overall health and our immune system. And yet, although we know this, the rates of disease and illness continue to rise. And the question is why? Why do you guys think that? Anybody want to chime in? You know I'm going to give you the answer, right? So the thing is that plants take up nutrients contained in the soils that they grow in, especially minerals. Plants do not make minerals on their own. They get them from the soil. And if these minerals are not in the soil, then they are not in the foods that we eat. So of course, they're not going to be in our bodies, right? And nearly all other vitamins are dependent on minerals in order to be beneficial to us. So the alarming fact is that foods like fruits and vegetables and grains, most of these are now being raised on millions of acres of land that no longer contain enough of certain needed nutrients. So while our produce today may look the same or may even be bigger, shinier, more aesthetically pleasing, these manipulations to make foods look better also make them less nutritious. If you go to a farmer's market or grow your own, I've been growing my own peppers and tomatoes here, and it's incredible when I harvest them. I've been actually harvesting quite a few of them lately. When we pick them, first of all, we eat them and we notice a difference right away. I love growing your own vegetables, and you don't have to have a major garden to do it. I'm growing mine in containers on my deck. But my family right away, my kids in particular, are like, whoa, Mom, like this green pepper tastes way different than the ones we buy at the grocery store. And they also look different, right? They're not as pretty looking. They're all, sometimes they're mangled looking, and the tomatoes are split in parts, right? So our fruits and vegetables are not meant to look perfect. And, Does this mean we should avoid fruits and vegetables from the grocery store? No, definitely not. They still contain nutrients that our bodies need. We just have to realize that they're not going to be in the same quality or quantity that we expect. So when we aren't getting the vitamins, the minerals, the nutrients that support optimal health, our bodies will often tell us this. So how many of you, again, we'll do show of hands, how many of you have found yourself in the last several months a little bit lower in energy, maybe more easily fatigued, more irritable? Maybe you've already been sick this year. We're 9 months in almost to 2020. It's almost over. Hopefully 2021 is going to be a better year, everybody. But if you've experienced any of these symptoms, these can be signs of vitamin and mineral deficiency, and a sign that perhaps your diet needs to be addressed. So even with a well-balanced diet, getting proper nutrition can be difficult to do. And for this reason, I recommend that everybody take a high quality supplement to support a healthy diet. How many of you, show of hands, currently take supplements or vitamins? Yeah, I see one sort of half hand there. So one thing that you should know is that not all supplements are created equal. Most one-a-day vitamins are poor quality that contain artificial ingredients, and most comprehensive high-dose multis that you might find at the health food store contain more than what you need or more than what your body can use. So here in our home, myself, my husband, my 14-year-old, we use doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality supplements on a daily basis. And I've been doing this for the past 3 years now. And they are made from whole food sources, which means there's no fillers. There's nothing in there that shouldn't be in there. It means that the body can recognize and absorb the nutrients that are in these supplements way better than most conventional vitamins and supplements that are on the market. If you've ever had, for those of you that take vitamins, if you've ever been really good at taking your vitamins and you find that you go to the washroom and your urine is bright yellow, that can be a sign that the body isn't absorbing all the nutrients that are contained in those vitamins, either because they don't recognize them and they're not of a whole foods quality, or because they're in there at such a high level that it's just beyond what the body needs, right? So this system is a system that includes a multivitamin. And I always like to refer to multivitamins as the supplement that fills in any gaps in your diet. If you've got periods of time where you're not eating as well as you should, this is going to help to fill in those gaps. It also contains a cellular support complex called Alpha CRS Plus, and that supplement is jam-packed with antioxidants and energy for the body's cells. And then the last one in this trio is the XE Omega, which is an omega-3, which is an amazing product for gut health, brain health, and immune function. And I will tell you that these 3 products have had, probably more than anything else I've done, the most profound impact on my immune health over the past 3 years. And when you look at it, when you look at the cost of this, it's $95 Canadian for a 30-day supply. So that's for the set. That is guaranteed to make you feel better within 30 days or your money back. You would have to spend more than $250 to get the same quantity or content of ingredients that are contained in the Lifelong Vitality system. So I always like to mention that, especially if you are a doTERRA customer and you haven't ventured beyond doTERRA's oils yet. They take the same level of care and concern in developing their nutritional products and some of their non-oil based products as they do in sourcing and supplying their essential oils. So I like to let you know that those are available to you. Now, if you have children, I highly recommend getting them on a supplement regimen as well. Sometimes it's really hard to get our kids to eat a balanced diet. And we often don't have control over what they're eating when they're not with us, right? So in our home, we use doTERRA's A to Z chewables. It's a blend of multivitamins and botanical extracts that help to support healthy cell development and the immune system. And if you're an adult that has trouble swallowing pills, this non-chewable is something that you can use as an adult as well. Our kids also take doTERRA's IQ Mega, which is an omega-3 supplement. It provides 1,000 milligrams of concentrated omega-3 fatty acids. Then it's got the added benefit of no fishy taste. So we tried a lot of different omega-3s before settling on the doTERRA brand. And every single time my kids were like, Mom, this tastes like fish, like there's a fishy aftertaste. So doTERRA's IQ Mega contains wild orange essential oil, and it's just beautiful. It tastes like wild oranges or oranges and not fish, which, you know, if you can't get your kids to take supplements, then what's the point, right? They're only as good as they are when you're taking them. So when we are speaking about nutrition, I'm going to kind of end on this. We often forget to address the importance of our gastrointestinal system. And yet, 70% of our immune system lives in our gut. So if the health of our GI tract is compromised, our immune system is also going to be compromised, right? So, and healthy gut microflora are key. And that term really just refers to the trillions of friendly microorganisms that live in our digestive tract. And I like to refer to it as the gut garden, if you will. I don't know if we have any gardeners on the call tonight, but you want to try to keep a really, really healthy gut garden. And research has shown that our gut garden plays a larger role in our overall health and wellness than we ever thought it did. And one of the reasons is because it's really critical to help the body break down and absorb key nutrients from the food that we're taking in, right? So when we have a thriving gut garden, it's going to leave little room for bad bacteria or harmful weeds. I like to think of the bad, harmful bacteria as harmful weeds that kind of come into your garden, and we got to pull them and yank them out, right? So if you have a thriving gut garden, there's not going to be room for the bad bacteria to grow. So we want a garden that has more good bacteria than bad. And so when we're thinking about that, we want to think about eating probiotic rich foods. So things that have been fermented, grains that have been sprouted. If you guys have ever gone to your grocery store and you see greens that have been sprouted, like broccoli sprouts or radish sprouts, that kind of thing, those are really great things to add in to your salads, to your smoothies. If you're eating grains, hopefully they are gluten-free grains, but also soaking your grains and soaking your nuts makes them a lot more friendly to the digestive tract, and a lot easier for the body to digest and then absorb those nutrients. So in addition to those things, it's also super important to think about a probiotic supplement. So I love doTERRA's PB Assist Plus. It's an excellent way to help populate the GI tract, especially if you're not eating as many probiotic rich foods as you would like, or if you've had a period of time where you've been ill and the doctors put you on like an antibiotic of some sorts, which is going to kill all the bacteria in your gut, the good and the bad, right? So if you've ever been on an antibiotic, your doctor's probably recommended that you use a probiotic, right? Right after using that antibiotic. So I love doTERRA's PB Assist because it is delivered in a way that allows the probiotic to bypass the strong acidic environment of the stomach. What we want to do is we want to get that good bacteria released into the intestines, because that is where it's going to have the most substantial effect on our health. So that's one of the reasons why I love PB Assist. PB Assist uses an encapsulation technology to help deliver a combination of live probiotic and prebiotic strains directly into the intestines. And I forgot to bring my PB Assist, but I'd love to show you. It's a capsule. Just give me a second. I want to just grab it for you. So hopefully you can see this, but you can see that there's kind of like a green inside the capsule. So this is like a capsule inside a capsule. And what this does is it allows the outer capsule actually acts as a protective shell to protect the probiotic from that, acidic environment of the stomach. And then the green that you see in there is prebiotic fiber, which is basically food for the healthy bacteria to start feeding on when they reach your intestine. And that's what we want to happen, because as soon as it gets there, we want it to start populating and to grow, so that we've got that good microflora going on in our gut. So PB Assist is also available in a powdered version that our kids take, and it's a great option for kids and also for adults who have trouble swallowing pills. So it contains about 5 billion live cells of a unique blend of probiotics that's designed specifically for kids. And, you know, my kids take this just straight up, and we also will sometimes blend it into their juices or their smoothies here as well. So we're going to move on to the next kind of key area to support a healthy immune system, and that is exercise. So I'm sure you know how important exercise is. I always say that, you know, it's important to maintain a healthy immune system, and the important thing is doing it on a consistent basis. Really, we're meant to move our bodies in some way, shape, or form every single day. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to do a 2-hour sweaty workout every day, but even just, you know, walking. We've become very sedentary as a society. We sit at our computers all day long. We watch TV, we stare at our phones. Our kids are not as active as they normally are, right? We are driving everywhere for everything. So most of us are not moving as often as we should. Just basic movement, not even talking about, you know, hard workouts, right? Just walking and moving. And if you've ever worn an app that counts your steps, a watch that counts your steps, you know, you would be surprised just being aware of, oh my gosh, like it's noon and I haven't really done many steps today, right? It can be really easy to get into a slump of not moving the body. And I always say the best exercise is the one that you're going to do on a regular basis. So really, it's about finding something that you love doing and making that the thing that you focus on. That being said, I also understand that motivation and consistency can still be difficult at times. And for those times, there are some essential oils and products from doTERRA that can help support an active lifestyle. So 2 of the oils that I really love to increase my desire and energy to move are Motivate and Peppermint. And so I like diffusing Motivate or rolling it on my wrists or on my pulse points along my neck prior to a workout to increase my desire to get moving. And I also really love breathing in peppermint or putting a drop just on my thumb and applying it to the roof of my mouth to, you know, get me energized. I like to get up and get my workouts done in the morning, and sometimes, you know, I'm a little bit sleepy in the morning, so that kind of helps with that. I also really love using lemon water. I add that to my water, lemon oil to my water for cleansing and lymphatic support. I love using the Deep Blue products, the cream and the oil, particularly both before and after exercise to help, you know, support those muscles, but also soothe them after my workouts. I've had lots of clients, you know, do hikes with families, older clients in particular, who are typically suffer from, you know, knee joints or arthritic pain, that have had great success using the Deep Blue. And the last one is Easy Air. So Easy Air is amazing to open airways before a workout, a walk, or a run. You can breathe a drop through cupped hands, and you can also apply that on your chest as well for some support. Now, part of what I offer in my health coaching practice is in-person workouts, which at the moment have moved online. So we meet Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. And these are going to continue in the fall. We're going to move them a little bit earlier in an earlier time slot just to account for work and school schedules. But if you would like to check this out, we have people of all fitness levels, all fitness abilities, all ages. You can message me and I'll give you the link so that you can come in, join in, and try it. All of our live workouts are recorded and they're posted in a private Facebook group. So if early mornings are not your thing, you can have access to the recorded versions of these if you can't make the lives. So the next area we're going to focus on is sleep. So most of us know that adequate sleep is really important to overall health and our ability to fight off illness, right? Studies have actually shown that those not getting enough sleep are considerably more likely to get sick after being exposed to a virus. And lack of sleep can also impact how quickly we recover when we do get sick. So how much sleep do we actually need? Anybody out there want to take yourself off mute and guess what that number is as adults?
8 hours?
8 hours. That's a really good guess, Sue.
I don't get 8 hours, but I know that that's.
You don't get 8 hours. You're not alone. You are right, though. 7 to 9 hours is what we really should be getting as adults. When we're younger, we need more sleep as our bodies and brains are still growing. But as we age, most of us are in the age group where we're really should be looking to get between 7 to 9 hours of sleep. So show of hands, how many of you are getting this on a regular basis? No? Sometimes, yeah, you're kind of like, come see, come saw. Yes, I'm with you guys, and we are not alone. In fact, as a general population, most of us are not getting that much sleep. Actually, about half of the world is getting 6 hours of sleep or less a night. And almost 50% of people stay up to around midnight. And I would say that's probably more than 50% now, that, we're not on a regular sort of schedule, and many of us are working from home. So maybe our routines are a little bit more loose. And many of us are sleeping in or operating without any sort of set sleep schedule at all. So inadequate sleep can have a significant impact on the immune system. Research shows that just like stress, a lack of quality sleep actually increases cortisol levels in the body. And we know that cortisol can go on to decrease our immune health when it's elevated for a prolonged period of time. Cortisol is great. I mean, if you're running away from a bear, it's going to save your life, right? There's a reason we have that hormone. But when it's at those high levels for a prolonged period of time, that's when it starts to get dangerous and not health supporting. So for many people, developing good sleep habits can be a little bit difficult. So there's a few things that I recommend to help to support more restful sleep. The first of which is to reduce exposure to screens within an hour of sleep. So how many of you keep your phone beside your bed at nighttime? And yes, I'm raising my hand too. I do too. I've got to get away from that habit, purchase just a regular old alarm clock. Many of us have our devices and on our bed, right? And we're looking through them and we're scrolling through them. That's not good. The other thing is to avoid late night eating within 1 hour of bedtime. So oftentimes I have nutrition clients that, struggle with this. And I always say that often if you are feeling hungry late at night, it's often because your body is trying to tell you that it's time to go to bed. Your digestive system is wanting you to rest and digest. And that's the signal for you. So if you get the late night munchies, put down the bag of chips and get yourself to bed. The other thing is to avoid strenuous exercise before bed, particularly if you're, in your 40s and older, because our hormones are starting to play, you know, a little bit of a roller coaster with us, right? And what you want to do is try to streamline or regulate your hormonal circadian rhythms. So typically, you know, when we're healthy and when we don't have hormone imbalances, cortisol levels will be highest in the morning as the body prepares to wake you up to start your day and get after it, right? So that's when you should really be tapping into your workout, because you want to work with that body's circadian rhythm. As the day goes on, cortisol levels start to decrease in the body, preparing us for the end of the day, preparing us for sleep, right? If you start exercising after dinner or later on in the day, you're asking your body to kind of be energized and produce more cortisol, which we don't want. So get your workouts done at the beginning of the day if you can, and setting a regular bedtime and a regular bedtime routine is super important. And part of what we do here, I like to use a hot Epsom salts bath as a way to signal it's time for rest and sleep. And I will include some rest supporting essential oils in there. Reading before bed, actually reading a book has been proven to do a lot to help the body's central nervous system just get ready and prepared for sleep. Writing in a gratitude journal, prayer, meditation, a gentle stretch. These are all things that you can do and incorporate on a regular basis. Decide a couple of things that you want to do to add in. One of the most impactful habits for us has been diffusing essential oils as part of our sleep time routine. And when I tell people that inhaling doTERRA oils can impact them emotionally and physically, sometimes that's met with skepticism. And I've been there. I've been that skeptic. I didn't know what these were. I didn't think that they could really impact the body in that way. But I want to ask you guys a question. How many of you, who out there has had your wisdom teeth out before? Sue's got her hand up. Carl's got his hand up. So when you have surgery like that, how do they typically put you under for surgery? Yeah, a gas mask, right? Usually it's gas. And typically they ask you to count backwards from 10, and usually you're out before you reach 1, right? So I want you to do something for me. I want you to take your fingers and I want you to pinch just above the bridge of your nose. So that area that we're pinching right now is where our olfactory nerve is. Okay, we can take our hands away because we look a little bit silly. But that, you remember that point on your face. So that area is the olfactory nerve. And in the same way that doctors and dentists can administer drugs aromatically, when we smell a fragrance, the airborne molecules of that fragrance travel through the olfactory nerve to the limbic area of our brain. And if you know anything about the limbic system, this system is directly connected to the parts of the brain that are responsible for mood, emotions, memory, heart rate, hormone balance, stress levels. These are all impacted by the limbic area of the brain. And essential oils used aromatically, smelling them in from the bottle, using them in a diffuser, can have a profound effect on our bodies physiologically and psychologically when we use them in this way. You think about, smelling, I don't know, a favorite recipe of your mom's, right? It can automatically take you back to memories of childhood. That's how powerful our olfactory system is. And in the same way, we can actually use it to help with better health. So one of our nightly routines is to turn our diffusers on in our bedrooms about a half an hour before bed. We all have a diffuser in our bedroom, and we all choose the essential oils that we're drawn to. So some of our favorites are the ones that you see here. You can go ahead and take a picture of this screen if you like. We like to use Balance. We like to use Breathe. Breathe is also known as Easy Air here in Canada. Serenity is another really good one. Lavender and Adaptive. These are all oils that promote feelings of calmness and can help to create an ideal environment to achieve a good night's sleep. I always like to say is sometimes, sleep doesn't come to us because we still have a laundry list of things that we're thinking of, right? So our mind continues to be overactive, even though the rest of our body wants to move into sleep. So one of my favorites of these 5, if I had to pick one, would be the Adaptive Blend. That one I've pretty much had in the diffuser every single night since COVID started. It's an oil that helps if anyone out there suffers from anxiety. It is sort of like the liquid breaks to worry and an overactive mind. So you can also apply these oils to the feet or by placing a few drops on your blankets or your pillows if you don't happen to have a diffuser at home. So we're going to move into the area of stress now, and I want to talk about managing and reducing stress. Then you might think, well, how does stress factor into health of our immune system? Yes, I know that it can maybe impact sleep and that kind of thing, but much like poor sleep, stress increases levels of cortisol in our bodies as well. And, it's commonly actually referred to as the stress hormone. It helps the body deal with stress. But again, just like all hormones, it can have a negative effect, including depressing the immune system and making us more susceptible to sickness. So it's super important that we learn to manage and reduce feelings of stress in order to reduce cortisol levels and help boost our immune system. And there's a number of different approaches that you can use to reduce stress. They often vary from person to person, but again, we like to tap into our essential oils. So many oils that doTERRA sells: Adaptive, Balance, Citrus Bliss, Serenity, Frankincense, Forgive, and Peace. Those are all very useful in helping to ground the emotions. These oils can help reduce feelings of stress, which can help keep cortisol at healthy levels and the immune system functioning well. So when we experience feelings of stress in our home, we like to massage these oils into our temples, the base of the neck, over our heart, on our pulse points as well, basically where you can smell them on your body throughout the day. We also will diffuse these oils for added support. So when you're inhaling a grounding fragrance, you want to be sure to focus on breathing and take some long, deep, slow breaths. Oftentimes when we are dealing with stress, we can start to, it manifests in tightness in the chest, right? And if we're not aware of it, if we just stop for a second, we realize, geez, I'm actually like not breathing deeply. I'm shallow breathing here, right? So that can be super helpful, taking those long, deep, slow breaths. And it can also be helpful to diffuse these oils when we know there's a stressful situation coming up. So maybe you have a difficult conversation coming up for work. You've got a meeting that you have to present at, or a doctor's appointment, or kids that are going back to school and feeling anxious. You can diffuse these oils. I would recommend Balance and or Adaptive about an hour before that event to help ground the emotions and decrease those feelings of stress. And then you can also wear these oils topically on your body to keep you grounded wherever you go. So these are just some natural ways to help support the body aromatically and topically. They can be very supporting to the immune system, and it's because they work super fast. When you inhale oils with your diffuser or from the bottle, these can have an impact on your brain within 22 seconds. When applied topically, the oils can actually reach your bloodstream within 2 minutes. And within about 20 minutes, they can actually reach every cell in your body. So in addition to the oils that I've already mentioned, doTERRA also offers a blend that's been specifically formulated to support the immune system, and that blend is called On Guard. Now, I know those of you using doTERRA now probably love this oil just as much as I do. It is a proprietary blend, and it's got some natural, effective properties for immune support, particularly when we're under attack from environmental threats like we are right now. So it's one of doTERRA's best-selling blends. It uses essential oils like wild orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus and rosemary. These are all hugely supportive oils to the immune system. And the On Guard comes in many forms. The oil itself, as you see here, a hand sanitizing mist, which we've always used since I started using doTERRA. But I mean, now I order one every month, and it's in the kids' backpacks, it's in my car, it's in my purse. We really have it everywhere. And it also comes in pre-made soft gels, which I'm going to talk to you a little bit about in a couple of minutes. So On Guard is also available in a lineup of home care products that includes a foaming hand soap, a laundry detergent, and a concentrated household cleaner. So some of you might be sitting there thinking, well, what does the products you clean your home with have to do with your health? Isn't it good to keep our homes like free of germs? Actually, these products have quite a lot to do with your immune health. So the Environmental Working Group has studied over 2,000 cleaning supplies on the market today and found all of them contain substances linked to serious health problems, including respiratory issues, carcinogens that can contribute to cancers, and even an elevated risk of birth defects to children born to women who are working in the cleaning industry. And, part of the problem is that many of the strong chemical ingredients in today's cleaning products were put there specifically for their antimicrobial properties. The trouble with that strategy is that these chemicals aren't selective. So they kill probiotic organisms with the types of bacteria, we don't want around. So they're killing everything, right? We talked about the importance of, those organisms, the healthy bacterial organisms to our system. So these ingredients don't discriminate. And some of these ingredients, things like parabens and ammonia and a chlorine bleach and triclosan, they're actually absorbed through the skin in varying degrees. And once they're inside the body, they may upset our delicate microbial balance, again, that gut health and that body health. There's also a problem of labeling and marketing. So cleaning products often, they don't really give consumers enough information as to what they actually contain. And many of them are also now making claims of being greener and natural when in effect, they actually aren't. So it makes it really difficult to select options that are safer. So as an example, Greenworks, you've all heard of the brand Greenworks. It's, I think, a big brand now. I'm not sure what company owns them, but it's one of those big packaged goods companies. So their all-purpose cleaner, which was the cleaner that I was using before I discovered the doTERRA On Guard, it gives the impression, just by its packaging and its claims, that it's natural and it's a better alternative, when in fact, it's actually rated as a high concern for toxicity as it relates to skin irritation and toxicity, respiratory irritants, and aquatic toxicity as well. And then the other example I like to use is the Tide brand of, the Tide Free brand of liquid laundry detergent. So again, that was the brand that I was using before the doTERRA On Guard came on the scene. I thought, oh, well, it's free. It's free of scent. It's like, it's a white package instead of that bright orange package. Like, there must be nothing, there's nothing bad in there. But it's another one that would have you believe it's healthier, but it also rates high for toxicity by the Environmental Working Group, connected to asthma, respiratory health, and even developmental health as well. So if you think about washing your clothes and cleaning your surfaces of your home with these products, I mean, we're literally washing our countertops with chemicals, and we're washing our clothes with chemicals, and we're eating off of our surfaces, and we're wearing, these clothes that contain some level of those toxins still in them, and we're wearing them all day long on our body, on our private parts with our undergarments and our sensitive, armpits, and where our lymphs, are. And so it does become an important topic of discussion when we're thinking about ways to kind of clean up and support a better immune system. So On Guard also comes in protective throat drops and also in a beadlet form, which is just these tiny little beadlets that contain a quarter drop of oil. And we really consider the On Guard line to be our secret immunity weapon in our home. On a regular basis, particularly leading up to cold and flu season, we will use the On Guard oil on our feet at bedtime. All of us take 1 or 2 beadlets of the On Guard throughout the day. And we use all of the, the cleaning and the hand soap and the hand sanitizing spray, as our way to kind of stay healthy, stay clean, germ-free in our home, but in a non-toxic way. So let's talk a little bit now as we sort of, finish up this presentation about what we do when we do get sick, because as much as we try to boost our immune health, there are going to be times where we get sick, right? There's no magic pill that's going to keep us well all the time. So when I really feel that our immune system is under attack, I turn to doTERRA's On Guard soft gels. So these contain the On Guard oil, but they also contain black pepper and melissa and oregano oils as well. So these are some of the most potent immune supporting, circulatory, and digestion supporting oils that you can buy. And I will take 1 or 2 of these a couple of times a day when you start to feel run down, you're starting to feel a tickle in your throat. And I'm telling you, within like 1 or 2 days, I'm feeling myself again. The other thing that I like to do is I like to use Beekeeper Naturals propolis throat spray. And this is, you can see a picture of it here again. You can take a picture of this if you like. Propolis is considered the immune system of the beehive. Okay, so it's got some incredible germ fighting properties, contains over 300 vitamins, minerals, and compounds. And this really is the plant and tree resin that bees use to help line the walls of their hives to protect their whatever their hives or their, what are they called? The bee family, I don't know, protect their families against microscopic foreign invaders. And it's actually been found that they keep a doormat of propolis at the entrance to the hive for any bees that are coming back to the hive, bringing unwanted germs back to the hive. I love reading stuff like that because I just feel like nature is so smart and, just knows what to do, right? So it's a powerful tool to fight free radical damage, particularly in times of stress. So even when we're diligent, there, are times where we're going to get sick. So, and regular illness from cold and flu viruses, that was one of the first reasons we started looking into the power of essential oils. We wanted to have natural solutions to bring relief, particularly for our daughters who were 7 and 9 at the time. And I wasn't comfortable pumping them full of conventional medicines that didn't, really bring relief. So over time, what I discovered is that essential oils can be super powerful. They can help boost our immune system and also to help shorten the duration of illness when we do get sick. So this is a little remedy that I love to use when I call it the flu bomb. So it contains 2 drops each of frankincense, On Guard, oregano, and melaleuca, also known as tea tree, and 4 drops of lemon. And we combine these in a veggie capsule and take them. You can take them every 4 to 6 hours until your symptoms improve. If you've got kids at home, you can dilute these oils in an ounce of carrier oil and apply this to the bottoms of the feet and to the spine up to 3 times a day as needed for relief. So one of the reasons I love using oils to support when we do get sick is that sometimes we go to the doctor and they send us home because there isn't really anything that they can do for us other than prescribe fluids and rest. Essential oils can actually be used for support, not just preventatively, but when we are ill. Because they are oil-based, they can permeate our cells' membranes to get into where all those nasty germs and threats live. And that's one of the reasons why when everybody else is getting sick around us, my friends will look at me and say that they don't understand why, we're not sick. Or if we do get sick, how quickly we kind of rebounded, right? And I always know that it's the oils, really. Using doTERRA has been one of the best ways to proactively take care of ourselves in my family. And I'm happy that you're here learning about it. So the other thing that we sometimes struggle with in our home is tummy troubles. And when tummy troubles strike in our house, we use doTERRA's Digest Zen, or otherwise known as Zengest, lemon and peppermint oils. They are great to help ease stomach discomfort. You can use all three of these together, but I have found some great relief just by using the Digest Zen or the Zengest on its own. Just a couple of drops in the tummy, the navel rubbed on is an excellent way to help with any sort of tummy trouble that you might be experiencing. It also helps if you have kids that are, again, maybe they're anxious about back to school this year, and that anxiety manifests in tummy aches. So it might not necessarily be that there's a physical reason for a tummy ache. It's maybe more emotionally driven. But you can use the Zengest to help in that case as well. And then when we have fever that we need, a remedy for, I will use lemon, lavender, and peppermint to help support the body when dealing with fever. So we always kind of start with this approach because a fever really is the body's way of fighting off an infection, right? So if we're taking a conventional medicine to just shut that fever down, what we're actually doing is we're preventing the body from doing what it's designed to do to keep us well. So having a little bit of a low-grade fever is not necessarily a bad thing because it's allowing the body to kind of fight off whatever infection is there, right? So we can combine these oils in 1 to 3 teaspoons of carrier oil and rub that along the neck, the chest, the soles of the feet, and the spine. We've had some great success with that. The other thing I wanted to mention is, what do we do for cough syrup or for cough support? So one solution that brings relief to us for coughs and sore throats in our home is to combine 1 drop of each of these oils, the lemon, frankincense, peppermint, lavender, with a teaspoon of Wetherspoon K-Factor 16 Manuka honey. This is really important. If you have raw honey at home, it's not going to offer the same therapeutic benefits as this honey. This honey has over 75% Manuka pollen count, so it's very therapeutic. And this is not something that I would be adding to my tea or my cooking on a regular basis. It's kind of expensive. So it's just really in our sort of natural medicine cabinet and used for its therapeutic benefits when we get sick. But it's really something that I sort of swear by. The other thing that I wanted to mention is solutions for respiratory support. So when anybody is dealing with respiratory issues here, we will always turn to doTERRA's Breathe blend. Now, Breathe in Canada is called Easy Air. I don't know why it's a different name here versus the US, but it's Easy Air here in Canada. And it contains some incredible oils, including eucalyptus, peppermint, tea tree, lemon, cardamom. And these all help to support the respiratory system. So we like to place 3 to 5 drops in our diffuser. And I also like to combine a drop with a teaspoon of carrier oil and rub that on the chest and the spine when we need respiratory support. Peppermint's another one that offers respiratory support as well. It's a little bit more intense because it's got really high levels of menthol. So my preference is for the Easy Air, but you can use both of them kind of interchangeably there. So one thing I wanted to share with you that I've just discovered is for respiratory support, particularly for those wearing masks right now. We're all in that boat. I have started dropping 1 drop of Easy Air inside the inner part of my mask Or you can also do a squirt of the On Guard hand sanitizing spray. This, you guys, is a total game changer. I went back to school shopping with my kids. We were in the mall for several hours, all wearing our masks, and I had this oil in my purse, and we were, dabbing it on our masks as we went along, and it's just really great. It makes the mask wearing a little bit easier to handle. So let's recap, okay? Let's wrap this up. I want to talk a little bit, just to recap what we've learned today. We've learned that the immune system is diverse with organs spread throughout the body. Its primary function really is to defend the body against attacks like bacteria, viruses, and fungi. And it benefits from a number of lifestyle factors in order to maintain optimal function: nutrition, exercise, sleep, managing stress, and warding off environmental threats. We also learned that essential oils provide effective natural options, not just for boosting immunity, but for helping shorten the duration of illness when we do get sick. So at this point in our webinar, I wanted to take an opportunity to check in with you. I want you just to reflect on what you've just heard. And I'd like you to take a couple of seconds to identify at least one of those top 5 areas that I mentioned: the nutrition, exercise, sleep, stress, environmental threats. And I want you to think about where you could maybe use some more support. So I'm just going to give you a couple of seconds to reflect on that. You can write it down if you happen to have a piece of paper or your phone, or you just want to think about it. I'm not going to ask you to share with the group, so don't worry about that. I just want you to be aware of it and have it in your, have it top of mind. So there's lots of ways that you can be supported within my community. I offer one-on-one wellness consultations where we can create a plan on how to tackle your top 1 to 3 health priorities. Maybe it's your immune system, and maybe there's 1 or 2 areas related to what I shared with you tonight that are important to you, and you've realized, geez, I could, use some support in tackling that area. Maybe it's not the immune system. Maybe the immune system is one thing, and it's mood and emotions, or something else beyond that. These are free. These consultations are free for doTERRA customers. They're $125 value. So if you are a doTERRA customer of mine and you have not taken advantage of this yet, I am booking consults into September. So please email me, reach out to me after this webinar, and get yourself booked into my calendar so we can sit down and go over things. Now, if you do not currently have a doTERRA account or essential oils in your home, there are options for you. There are 3 ways to purchase doTERRA oils. The most affordable way is option number 2, which is wholesale pricing. So similar to Costco, you have a membership that gets you wholesale pricing, 25% off everything. You shop for what you want when you want it. There's no regular ordering. There's no monthly minimums, anything like that. It's a $42 membership fee. And if you're finding value from the membership and you want to renew after a year, you choose to do that. The renewal fee is $30, but doTERRA sends you a free bottle of peppermint afterwards. So it's basically free. You can get started with your membership fee and a customized order of oils if you like, that I help kind of pick for you. But the most efficient way, and the way that 90% of people start, is with a starter kit. So these kits include your membership. They include the top oils that I've shared with you tonight, that address all the different things that we've talked about. And I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a peek-see into what that looks like. So the Healthy Essentials Kit is going to be the best option for those of you looking for natural options for both physical and emotional or mental support. So it contains those key oils that we talked about tonight, and I mentioned in many of those recipes. everything ranging from, that physical immune support to sleep support, to stress support, physical support for the body if you're wanting to keep moving on a regular basis. So all of those oils, 10 oils, as well as a diffuser. So if you don't have a diffuser at home or you want a secondary diffuser, and the cost of this kit is just a little over $300. The next kit is the Healthy Home Kit. And this is really everything that you need for a healthy lifestyle shift. So if you're looking to use essential oils while also cleaning up your home, cleaning cupboard, maybe that section that I talked to you about speaks really strongly to you, this would be a perfect kit for you. So you've got, again, 10 top oils, most of them that we talked about tonight. It includes a diffuser. It also includes the lineup of doTERRA home cleaning products, as well as toothpaste and some personal care products as well. So this option is $4.49. And the last one here that I'll mention is doTERRA's Healthy Habits Kit. So this one is a collection that is perfect for those of you looking to support better nutritional foundations, maybe regular exercise, and then beginning to experiment with essential oils as part of a regular health routine. So you get 5 key oils: lavender, lemon, frankincense, balance, and On Guard, and also the Deep Blue Muscle Rub for activity and exercise. The Lifelong Vitality supplements, including those PB Assist probiotics, and this kit is a $206 US, which works out to just under $280 Canadian. So, there's lots of guidance provided through my community, as part of my community. Things like these webinars, which are always offered. We have a private Facebook group where I'm constantly educating and providing information, as well as that, personal ongoing guidance as well. I typically will connect with at least 1 or 2 people a day, just to help them personalize, how they're using their oils. So once you receive your order, we set up a virtual complimentary wellness consultation. I walk you through exactly how to use your oils on the daily, and then you get some extra bonuses from me as well. And we can certainly go through that. One of the things I did want to mention is that from time to time, I run group challenges, and we happen to have one coming up on September 13th. So this is a 28-day guided program focused on lifestyle habits, nutrition, movement, sleep and stress management, many of the things that we talked about here tonight. This program is designed to give you more energy, to help improve your immune system, and overall better health. The program begins with a 7-day detox. Now that detox is going to be optional, but I highly recommend that if you do the program, you participate in the detox. It's a 7-day detox, and then it's going to move into a 21-day Healthy Habits program. So I'm just finalizing the program content this week. I'm going to be sharing more information within the next week with everybody. If you would like to be informed of the details of that Rocking Rituals program or any upcoming webinars, please make sure to take a picture of this screen. And that first link there is going to help you get connected into my mailing list. And then you've got the links to my Facebook and Instagram pages, where I'm constantly posting tips for health and how to use essential oils. You can reach me through email on my website. And if you're interested in learning more about essential oils, or you're ready to get started, you can text me or email me after this webinar tonight. I'd be happy to connect with you and figure out the solution that works best for you. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And come back. And I just wanted to offer up an opportunity to ask any questions you might have. You can feel free to unmute yourself if you like, now that we're all together here back in our group. Rhonda said Zengest is helping you get off acid reflux meds. Amazing. So Rhonda, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I've been taking acid reflux medication for a long, long time, and my doctor has been wanting me to get off it. My battery's going low here. Anyway, I started using the Zengest, like you told me, in my navel every morning when I get out of the shower after I've showered. And now I'm only taking my acid reflux 3 days a week. And I've been doing that for the past probably month. And I thought, okay, I'll get through to September. And then I'm going to go down and take it. I'm going to start taking it Mondays and Thursdays, my pill, and keep using the Zengest. And I've never been able to get off it. I've tried, and I just, after a week, my acid reflux is so bad. So the Zengest seems to be really, really helping. And my husband's using it as well.
That is so amazing. So guys, this is why I do this. This is why I do this. I love hearing these testimonials, and I've had so many people who have shared similar stories like this, where they've had a beautiful experience with an oil that has helped them solve an issue, or be able to get off a conventional medicine, which oftentimes causes greater secondary symptoms than the ones that they're designed to, or that you're taking them for, right? So thank you for sharing that, Rhonda. Really, that makes me so happy that you've had that experience.
All of those oils you did tonight, I got them in my kit, and I really do like the cleanser for cleaning. You don't use very much. I mean, a quarter of a cup or something in a liter of water, and I'm using that all the time. And I would never have probably purchased that, except it came in that kit that I bought. And I'm using the On Guard toothpaste. I put a drop of frankincense on the toothpaste, and I really like that. So I'm really liking the products.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And so you can feel the difference, right? The difference between a conventional product and one that is natural and supports the body. I mean, and especially when you've detoxed yourself from some of those things. Like, I used to have scented candles in our home, right? We don't have those anymore. I used to use regular toothpaste. I worked for a toothpaste company. I was in packaged goods marketing. I did the marketing for the Colgate brand. And in the very rare occasions that I've run out of the On Guard toothpaste and had to use, a bottle of tube of Colgate that we have hanging around, I feel like I'm foaming at the mouth, and it's like, not, it's different. And you realize when you get away from it, when you detox from some of those things, you realize, even with scents, like how potent scents are when you're shopping in an environment. If you, my neighbor does her laundry, and I don't know what she's doing in her laundry, but it's just like, it's outside. Like it's like the whole environment is outside. It smells like Tide or whatever she's using, right? And I just think, geez, that's on your clothing, and you're wearing it around all day long. And I'm a lot more sensitive to it because I've been away from it for so long. But you can definitely tell the quality. I would say my one comment with respect to those non-oil products, so the cleaners, the toothpaste, the supplements, all of those products, doTERRA puts the same, remember I told you that they test their oils over 53 different tests to ensure quality and potency. They put their other products, all of which have essential oils in them in one way or another, but they put those products through the same stringent safety and quality assurance measures that they do the oils. They are all certified pure therapeutic grade, whether it's the oils or the other products that doTERRA sells. So you can be assured of that. So Carl asks, what would you suggest is a good starter oil or oils for relaxation? Yeah, so Carl, it would help me to know, when you were trying to follow the doctor's advice to lie down, especially I guess if it's in the afternoon. Do you find that your brain is racing and that it's hard to kind of shut down your thoughts to be able to kind of relax and get that 30 minutes of relaxation?
Well, sometimes it is hard, but generally I find it okay. It's just hard when there's a lot going on.
Yeah, especially right now, right? There's so much stress. So adaptive is definitely, I would say a top oil. I have been turning to that oil every single night in my diffuser to help me just as part of my, rest and de-stress routine. So adaptive is a new oil. It's fairly new. It's about a year old. It was introduced in September of last year. Specifically, it's a blend that was specifically put together to help address people that suffer from anxiety and worry and overactive mind. And they did a number of tests with people that kind of fall into that category, everyone from, kids and teenagers all the way up to adults and seniors. And so the combination of oils in that blend really work together to kind of put the brakes on worry and to be able just to support a rested, calm state of mind. So, I would say that if you're looking to invest in one oil in particular, that would definitely be a good one to look into. Serenity is also another beautiful blend. I'm recommending to you here, Carl, more of the blends, because if you're only going to choose, one or two oils to start with, the blends offer a powerful solution. You can use lavender, let's say for sleep support. Now, lavender would be considered a single oil because it's sourced from a single plant, right? Whereas a blend like Serenity or Adaptive is a combination of several oils that have a DNA, if you will, that support, when combined, support a much deeper level of benefit. So let's say if you're looking for, rest and relaxation support, a Serenity or an adaptive blend is going to provide a deeper level of support for that benefit than just using one of the single oils on its own. So,
Okay, that's great.
yeah, so I would say Serenity or adaptive would be my two. And if you are in the Toronto area, I'm not there right now, but I am going to be home next week. And if you would like to try those oils, I'm happy to drop off a couple of samples for you to try, and then you can almost try before you buy, right, to see which one works the best for you.
Okay, and would I need a diffuser for that, or could you use it some other way?
I can give you, I can also give you a diffuser to try out if you've never used a diffuser before, just so you can see, if you like. But these oils are, they don't contain any additional ingredients in them, so you can actually apply them to your blankets or your pillows and not worry about them staining your things. And you can use them that way as well. But I think you'd find, especially for relaxation, you'd really benefit from having a diffuser in your home.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love my diffuser, Carolyn. I use it every night.
I know, it's amazing. I mean, I travel with mine. You can see, so you see here behind me, this is one of my diffusers. It's just a little sort of travel, it's called the Brevi.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a light on it, but the light doesn't have to be on. I can turn that light, it's changing color right now. But I can choose if I just want it to be blue instead of changing color. And I can also have it off entirely. So, and diffusers they typically have a timer on them. So you can set, usually there's 2 or 3 different time settings. So you can set how long you want the diffuser to run for. So I will typically put my diffuser on, the maximum setting, which is like 4 or 5 hours at nighttime. And then it just automatically turns off after that time frame. So it sort of, I put it on when I go to sleep at night, and then it turns off in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping. So, but yeah, I can drop off a diffuser for you to try for a couple of days too. Again, if you're in the Toronto area, I'm happy to do that when you get home. So maybe what we can do, Carl, is just connect with each other through email after this. Let me know your address and
Yeah,
I'll arrange that.
yeah, that would be nice.
Anybody else have any comments, questions? Certainly, you know how to reach me, guys. If you think of something afterwards or you just want to reach out and have a personal conversation, I'm here to help with that as well. I love doing this work. It lights me up. I love helping people. And so please don't ever feel like you are troubling me or interrupting me or bothering me with your questions or your inquiries. That's what I'm here for. So thank you so much for your time tonight. I really appreciate you spending your Wednesday evening with me. I hope it's been informative. And if I can help in any way going forward, please reach out and let me know. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carolyn.
Bye.